Okay, I figured I would share this piece of history with the YouTube channel here. You don't see something like this very often, but this is exactly what the front of it says. It's a power reducer, and right now it's in the DL position, which is essentially like its own onboard dummy load, which what it does is it absorbs the power, and there's a fan running in there, and you know, there's a basically on the back. Let's see if we can't spin this around a little bit to take a quick peek. There's just an antenna and an input, and that's about it. There's not a whole lot going on back here. Sorry about the camera. There we go. So it's got like that Euro looking CB on the back of it, and then it's got like a quarter wave ground plane or something looking there. So pretty cool. I did take the lid off. It's got a huge bank of resistors on the circuit board. And there's a couple adjustments. I think maybe those are for the meter, but possibly they're for the adjustable attenuation also. They might be the variable resistors to adjust the resistance of each level. I'm not sure. I'm not going to play with it because it's working pretty good the way it is. So right now we're on this radio, and we'll just transmit right into it. You'll hear it click, because it does click. And we can see here that there's no power coming out of the unit, because this is hooked up to the test setup here, so the unit is dead. There's very, very small power coming out, actually negative 25 dBm, so there's a little bit of leakage, but that's so small that there's really nothing there. So it's ideally working. So now we'll go out of the dummy load, we'll go just to bypass. The 100% means bypass. So now we'll key up. And the meter reads pretty accurate for what it is, but it doesn't measure any peak or anything like that. So it's about 2.47 watt. And now we'll go to 50% just by moving it to the 50. It may not be perfect again, you know. And then we'll go to 25%. And then we'll go to 15%. And then we'll go to 10%. And it does work with PEP also. It will reduce the power. We'll put this radio now in SSB. Let me turn down my striker over here on the antenna. So we'll go to full power, 100% on the switch. And when I speak into the microphone, here's the power of this radio, about 16 watts. Okay. If we go to the dummy load setting, it will properly, it does have an SSB switch, so I need to engage that so the relay doesn't shatter. It's kind of like a mobile amplifier in the sense that you need that delay added in, and there's no power being shown on the meter. And it is working here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, check, check. Now the meter doesn't really give you much sense of any accuracy for AM or single sideband, but I'm assuming for FM maybe it would give you a little bit more power on the meter. But I would be very afraid to run any more than maybe 5 or 10 watts of FM into this, because I just don't know what it can actually handle. So we'll go to 100%. And even at 100%, you know, we're not seeing much on the meter, so, you know, but over here we're seeing 16, 17 watts. I'll switch it to 50%. So at 50% now it's cutting it back some. It's not a full 50%, but you know, it's doing good. It definitely reduces the power. 25%. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a little closer to realistic what the dial says, 25%. And then 15%. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, check, check, which is probably more like half of the 25, be more like 12 something percent, but whatever. And then 10%, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, check, check, 1, 2. So you can see it's a step attenuator. And then back to the dummy load setting here. So now it's attenuating full power in this little device. There's nothing coming out the antenna socket whatsoever. So the fan is running, and I'm assuming that's why we need that fan to keep it cool when you use the dummy load feature. So it's kind of cool for an on-the-go power reducer / dummy load. The power meter option is kind of worthless on it, but that doesn't matter. I do like the look of it. I love that lighting. It's like that amber color. It's really nice. And yeah, I've never seen one of these before, so I thought it was kind of cool to share. 73.